So did you see that Sick New World was canceled?
Well, I saw the headline and a couple Instagram posts from different artists or whatever, but that was about it.
Yeah, man, that really sucks because a lot of people were pumped about that for Acid Bath, because Acid Bath is a band that I know you're probably not into them, but that I'm way into, and they reunited for this. But apparently they're playing another festival. It's I forget the name of it, but they're
Were you planning on going to this?
I mean, I was probably going to try, especially given that Acid Bath was going to be playing there.
Yeah.
But now it's not happening. So, oh yeah, they're playing another festival. Acid Bath is playing Sonic Temple Festival.
Okay.
Which is in Ohio.
I've heard of that one.
It looks like it's May, like May 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. So, fans of Acid Bath, you can still go to Ohio to see them. But I'm curious, I want to follow up on this too. Hopefully they announce some actual dates since this got canceled. They actually do some actual tour dates or, do a string of shows. So just to dive in on this, the 2025 edition of the Sick New World Festival has been canceled. Organizers announced the cancellation in a statement, writing on social media, "It is with great disappointment that we announce that Sick New World will no longer take place in Las Vegas on April 12th, 2025. Despite our best efforts, we've encountered unforeseen circumstances that we are unable to overcome. For next year's show, we extend our heartfelt thanks to all the dedicated SNW fans who had made plans to join us for another cultural celebration of hard rock, goth, alternative, and heavy music. Please stay tuned for further and future information regarding Sick New World." Tickets purchased, all the ticket stuff aside, next year's Sick New World was scheduled to be headlined by Metallica and Linkin Park and was supposed to mark the first appearance in over a decade of Mike Patton fronted supergroup Tomahawk. Sources have told Hits Daily Double that enormous guarantees offered to the artists, Metallica and Linkin Park, were said to be getting $5 million each, meant that the event would need to sell out or come close at on sale in order to turn a profit. Prior to the cancellation, a little more than 1/3 of Sick New World's 60,000 available tickets were sold, according to Hits Daily Double. So that's interesting. I didn't catch that part. So they canceled it because of ticket sales, is what they're saying. But also, I mean, the festival isn't until next year, so I don't know
what was the price of the tickets.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'd be interested to know. And is this a one-day festival or is this multi? Or
I think it's one day. Yeah.
Well, one day. Okay. Because I'm thinking most people for one day, it would be hard to pay more than $150, $200.
So, according to the San Francisco Chronicle, $472 for general admission and $1,873 for VIP packages.
That to me is insane. I don't think
$472. Yeah, that's why.
One day. If that was a 3-day festival, I get it. But one day. I'm pretty sure average American is not going to pay that.
Yeah, it's one day, Saturday, April 12th. Also, why do you need? It's so loaded with bands. There were so many good bands on that bill. Why do you need that many bands? Why do you need Linkin Park and Metallica? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just looking up Evanescence, Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, they have the. I should have sent you or I can pull up the.
Oh, it's fine. No, this is all. Jeez.
I mean, I've got it up. I'm looking at it. I just don't have it on screen. So, yeah, these are all the bands, just in case people didn't know. I mean, look at this lineup. It's it's insane. It's there's so many good bands on this. Meshuggah, Cannibal Corpse, Refused,
Gojira,
Testament, Under Oath, Poison the Well, Quicksand, Sponge, Static X is on it, Lacuna Coil, Orgy.
Yeah, because when you're getting down to the bottom there, and there's still big enough bands that would sell out 1,500 clubs here or something, that's way too much.
It's also if 472, you're right, maybe for 2 days. But
maybe I still wouldn't pay that for 2 days.
2 or 3 days. If they had this lineup and it was spread out over 2 or 3 days,
well, if it was, maybe if it was spread out, but
it'd be worth it in that case. But that's like how much is Coachella? Now I got to look at how much Coachella is, because how much are Coachella tickets? Yeah, general admission for Coachella is about the same. It's like $100 more. It's like $649, $549, and that's like a 3-4 day festival, right?
And that's not metal.
No, it's not all metal and goth shit. It's like Coachella is like, what's Coachella's lineup this year? I know like Lana Del Rey's on it, I think. Let's see here, Coachella this year. American Express card pass. Let's go to music. 2025 lineup. Does it say? Wow, they don't have it.
There,
Is it just maybe it's loading? Yeah, there we go. I forget I'm screaming, or I'm streaming and streaming. Yeah, this is Coachella's lineup. It's
so
all
far,
like,
I haven't recognized a single artist.
I know they're all Arca. I know Arca. She's a producer that does some killer shit, but I've never like seen her live. Benson Boone, Beth Gibbons from Portishead.
Oh, Benson Boone, my daughter listens to him.
Benson Boone. What kind of music is that?
Middle school kid music.
Tijo. I think Dryden's jumping on. Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good discussion point. I would be curious if people in the comments, if they had thoughts on this, but would you pay $500? It's $472 for Sick New World. So would
well,
you
here's
pay...
another question. Does that include all the fees and stuff you normally pay when you go to a concert too? That could easily go to $600.
Yeah, that's a good point. Then there's the venue fees or whatever, and the like Ticketmaster fee and
then you got to plan on, food and drink that they hype up, mark up crazy prices for that crap. And then, I pass.
It's also like, I don't even know if the timing is good, because this time of year, like for me, I was like, well, I got Christmas coming up. I got a bunch of stuff coming up that I got to spend money on. I don't really can't really afford the tickets right now, but I didn't think they were going to sell out like anytime soon, because it's a huge festival. So I figured I'd buy them after the first of the year sometime, or, in the spring.
Right.
Yeah, it sucks that they canceled it.
You didn't buy your tickets yet. It's your fault.
Well, now it's not happening.
Yeah,
so,
if you had bought your ticket, if everyone bought their ticket right away.
So it took me a minute to register. Yeah, so you're blaming the audience. Yeah, it's you guys' fault. It's the fans of music.
No, I'm not. I think it's ridiculous.
No, I'm blaming them. It's your fault that Sick New World is canceled. You motherfuckers. You should have bought tickets for this show as soon as they went on sale. How dare you? How dare you? I'm kidding, of course. Anyway, tickets purchased will be refunded. So, interestingly enough, Tomahawk's Trevor Dunn, who is the bass player for Mr. Bungle as well, he's like, he's the one who broke the news about this, because he was saying how Bungle or Tomahawk was trying to plan a tour around this.
Okay.
And because it wasn't happening, they weren't going to be able to do a bunch of stuff that they wanted to do. So it kind of screwed them up. So he kind of like leaked the news early, and then they had to come out and be like, yeah, we're having to cancel it. But also I wonder, like, it's so weird, because how long does it typically take a festival of that size to sell out? I wouldn't expect it.
I wish I knew more about that kind of stuff. All the marketing behind the shows and festivals and all that stuff. It'd be interesting to know, like, some of those, like a Static X size band, like what do they get paid to play a festival like that?
Yeah. I mean,
or do they not get paid and they're just relying on merch sales or something? Like,
yeah, No, that's a great question.
Well, because
I'd be
you
curious to
read
know.
like Metallica and Linkin Park each getting $5 million, right?
Here's the thing. I would think that they're getting a decent amount of money because especially if Metallica and Linkin Park were being offered $5 million, because Acid Bath, I think they kind of like, I don't want to say that they reformed specifically for that event, but I would imagine they were like, whoa, this is a pretty decent chunk of change. Like we should get the band back together to do that. And that's not to say anything about like, oh, they're doing it for the money, whatever. As a musician, people want to hear your music. You take an advantage to fucking play the music and get the money, like that's how you make a living. So I'm not even hating if that's the case, but it's definitely got to be a decent amount of cash that they're offering for that. What's up, Dryden?
Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I was supposed to jump on and I like had an alarm set and I took a little quick nap and it got out of hand.
You're good, man. You didn't even have to show up, man. I just wasn't sure what was going on. I was like, yo.
I was gonna jump on. My bad.
We were talking about Sick New World being canceled, and Joey brought up a great point. And he said, "How much do the tickets cost?"
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They're $472, and then that's not even including like the Ticketmaster fees and all that kind of stuff, right?
Well, we don't know if there is fees on
and it's in Las Vegas, so you're gonna have to make the trip. If you obviously don't live in Las Vegas, you're gonna have to get a hotel or all that, drive up there, fly up there, whatever.
Also, it's Christmas time right now, so like a lot of people are trying to buy Christmas for their family and stuff. So like for me personally, like if I was gonna buy the tickets, I wouldn't have bought them till after the first of the year. Anyway, now I can't, but I'm hoping that Acid Bath does some shows. They're doing another show called Sonic Temple. Was that what it was? Mm-hmm. Out in Ohio. But I hope they do some they should just do a tour. I mean,
yeah, that's like the big reason I was kind of upset about that is Acid Bath. I mean, I don't know if I would have even gone, but I'm sure there would have been video.
It might end up working out more to our benefit this way because maybe we'll get like a full tour out of Acid Bath now that they don't have that Sick New World show happening.
I have another question regarding this too.
Sure.
So the two big headliners were Metallica and Linkin Park, right? Mm-hmm. Metallica totally makes sense. Linkin Park has not been a band for like 6 years until like last year or whatever. They get a totally new singer, and all of a sudden they're right at the top again. And now
with Metallica, yeah,
right. And like, so I got some mixed feelings on this because I know like they were a huge band. They totally like changed the genres and all that stuff. Like I want to give them the credit they deserve, but they're kind of a new band now.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I think they should be definitely towards the top, but on the same pay scale as Metallica. That shocked me.
Yeah, that's a great point, man. I didn't even think about that.
With Chester or something, I could maybe see that, but kind of rebranding here now with a brand new singer and stuff, and it's like we haven't even seen a whole lot of the tour or anything yet, and like what's this going to be like?
Also, god damn it, like $5 million for one show. Holy shit. That's a lot of cash. Like when you get to that level, I mean, that makes me wonder, like what, to your point about Linkin Park, what kind of money Pantera is commanding. It has to be good for them to, like I said, with Acid Bath, I'm sure the money's good. So they're like, fuck, man. It's a tough economy right now,
Well, like I would say, like, okay, Metallica's big enough; they're their own monster. Right. Linkin Park branches out into so many other genres that they can grab people that aren't metalheads. Pantera, Acid Bath, that kind of stuff. I could see where they're making a lot less just because it's a much more specific audience
to metal.
Yeah,
that's a good point too. Yeah, Linkin Park has much more pop appeal.
Right.
And that's probably why they command that rate comparable to Metallica, because they appeal to a hip hop audience too and a pop.
Yeah, they could probably bring in at least a quarter of the whole festival's attendees just because of that.
Well, and we've talked about this before. If you look at the Spotify rankings, there ain't fucking rock or metal in the top 100 Spotify. There's like maybe Linkin Park is in there. They're like probably one of the bands that is in there.
Yeah, no one is near the top 10 for sure. None of those bands.
Let's see. So when Signal World organizers announced the 2024 lineup, they called the Hard Rock and Alternative Music Festival's inaugural year meteorically successful.